Welcome to Modern Church Leader, a short daily show to help you grow your church, be more effective and efficient, and powerful for the kingdom of God.
What are the biggest obstacles that small churches face? It's a great question. I think if you put 100 small church pastors in a room, they would probably all say these three things. Maybe there's more, but I think these things would come up. These three things would come up. Number one, no money. Small church, average church size in America is 100 to 150 members. Like that, there's thousands upon thousands, maybe even hundreds of thousands of churches that are that size. So they all face the problem of no money. And I think there's two sides of that coin. There's the first side is have a great budget, sticking to it and cutting anything out of it that is just not necessary, right? So when you have a small amount of money, be great at budgeting. It's just like personal finance, right? When you and your family are early on in first jobs, all this kind of stuff, like you live tight on a budget, and the best thing you can do is have the budget and live by it. So church plants, small churches, live on a budget and cut out anything that just is unnecessary. And then the other side of that is be really good at fundraising. If I'm a small church, if I'm a church plant, number one, I'm going to have digital giving. Obviously, we're Tithely. We're all about digital giving. And whether you use us or not, this is important because anybody that comes in the door, you want to make it as easy and as painless as possible for them to give, right? So you want to get those first-time givers, those new givers, let them be able to give right there in service. I didn't bring a checkbook. I don't have any cash. I can give right on my phone. You're more likely to get me to give. So give them the tech and then be great at fundraising. Be great at, casting the vision, telling your church where you're headed, reporting out on how you're growing or the programs you've put in place or the people that you're helping, how you're connecting with the community. Tell the stories, get up on stage, use the Bible, tell the stories, and talk to people about, giving sacrificially towards the vision of the church. I think you budget well and you have great giving and talk about it often. It's going to help you out. Hopefully your budget will grow. So that's number one, no money. Number two, no time. Usually small churches have a senior pastor, maybe a couple, maybe a senior couple, husband and wife. Maybe you have some interns or you've got a youth pastor that's part-time or, some other small semblance of staff. But generally speaking, small churches have a small team. And so the senior folks that are running the show just don't have enough time in the day. So when you don't have enough time, it's an interesting thing, right? We've all got 24 hours. It all comes down to priority, right? So as a small church leader or a church plant leader, prioritizing what you're doing and focusing, like laser focus on the most important things that you can do to grow your church and to create a healthy, thriving church. That's what you got to do. So you got to, oftentimes what I like to do in terms of like daily habits, daily goals is write them out, right? At the beginning of the day, or maybe you've got kind of a weekly thing going, but either every morning or every Monday morning, you're writing out, what do I need to get done today? Or what do I need to get done this week? And then you're just really focused and you're not living by email. You're not living by phone calls. You're not living by voice messages, text messages, social media. You've written down your priorities and you've laser focused on those things so you make the most of your time. The third thing is no staff. So no money, no time, no staff. Every small church wants more staff, but you don't have the money to hire them. And so you got to get creative. And what is church really good at? Recruiting volunteers, right? Getting your people involved in everything, in church life, in worship, in ushering, in counting, in kids ministry. Inspire volunteers. When you don't have the staff, inspire volunteers. Create your core leadership team. Maybe you've got a couple small group leaders or a few families that you're really connected with, and use those people, their motivation, their heart, their drive, what they're about. It's connected to what you're doing. So inspire them and put them to work because oftentimes they're underutilized or you don't know how to utilize them. So figure that out, right? Augment your staff with great volunteers and you can overcome that challenge. So I think small churches can thrive, right? They can overcome money, they can overcome time, they can overcome staff, and just be a great light in the community when you don't focus on what I don't have and you start focusing on how to fix all of those issues.
Thanks for listening. Please review Modern Church Leader on Apple Podcasts and visit our website for more resources at tithe.ly or follow the links in the show notes.